All right, so I had a guy come into my office the other day and tell me that he's trying out for a selection course, and we've got about a 4-month time frame. So we laid out a game plan after him and I talked, as far as, getting an idea on what's his training history look like, what's his injury history look like, what's his parameters within his day as far as when can he train, what equipment do we have available, and so on. So after we got all that laid out, put it on the table, then we came up with this plan, or I came up with this plan, and here's what we're going to do. So it's nothing extremely complex. It's very simple, but what we're looking for here is adherence, number one, and number two, we got to keep in mind that complexity is the enemy of execution, okay? So here's exactly what I'm going to have him do. So we're going to have 2 A days per week, and on the A days are going to be our push days, okay? So one of those days will be relatively heavy, so somewhere in the neighborhood of an RPE of 7 to 8, okay? And then his second A day of the week is going to be lighter, with an RPE somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 to 7, okay? So heavy days are going to be sets of 5, light days are going to be sets of 10. And then we're going to do the same approach for our pull days, where we're going to have a heavy pull day and a light pull day, same set and rep scheme, where we have sets of 5 on our heavy days, sets of 10 on our lighter days. Now, so walking through this, our heavy push, we're going to do a squat variation, an overhead press variation, and that will probably be it, because we don't need to spend all day in the gym. We need to come in and train really, really hard, stimulate, don't annihilate, and then get out of the gym. So he can bench as an option depending on how he's feeling, but our main focus is on front squat and push press for him, okay? Then in the PM, he'll go back to work, get some hydration, get some food in, and then in the evening time, he's gonna go for a swim or ruck, depending on what his needs are, where he feels like he's at in his process. So on Tuesday, he's gonna come in the AM, and we're gonna do a heavy pull. So for him, it is gonna be a high handle trap bar initially, and then over time, we're slowly gonna work that down and just flip the trap bar over and go from a low handle trap bar. And then eventually we'll get into straight bar work and so on. But for right now, that's the game plan for his deadlift variation. Secondary movement is gonna be weighted chins. Third is gonna be either a bent over barbell row or a seal row. Seal row is where you have a bench lying flat and it's elevated with a barbell underneath it. Takes the low back out of the equation. So depending on how his low back is feeling, we're either gonna go bent over row or seal row. And if we go bent over row, we're gonna make sure it stays very, very strict. So that's gonna be his AM Tuesday. His PM session is gonna be some high intensity intervals. Depending on how he's feeling, where he's at, we may go on the bike for these. He may go on Woodway curve. He may go do some hill sprints. It's just gonna depend on where he's at. So anyway, moving on to Wednesday. What we have here is a unilateral circuit. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, he's doing all bilateral movements. But on Wednesday, we're going to do a unilateral circuit to address any weaknesses or imbalances, and actually this becomes quite a bit of conditioning as well. So what he's gonna do is we're just gonna break it down, and we're gonna go vert push, vertical pull, single leg squat, single leg deadlift, horizontal push, horizontal pull, and some sort of single arm carry, okay? He's gonna work weak side on each one of those first, and then he'll work strong side second. So it may be on the vertical push that he goes left side, and then right side, and then goes straight into the pulls, left side, then right side, and so on. So we're gonna set a timer for 30 to 45 minutes. He's gonna work right through that, and that's gonna help address those imbalances or asymmetries that could potentially be creeping up on us. So he's done there. He'll come back in the evening time for a swim or ruck. Thursday, we're gonna get our volume in, because he does need to add a little bit of size. So we're gonna be at around 6 to 7 RPE for our light push bilateral day. He has the PM off Friday, light pull, and it's gonna be the same thing. So instead of a trap bar, we're gonna learn how to do a lot of high volume RDLs, get his posterior chain very strong. Vertical pull variation, somewhere in the neighborhood of, we might do pull-ups and lat pulls on these. And then depending on how his low back is feeling, we're either going to go bent over row or seal row. And then he has PM off. Saturday, he's got a LISS session, low intensity steady state. And then Sunday is optional. He's either going to do another LISS session or he's just going to take it completely off and recover. So that's his game plan for him. If you want a challenge, give this a try, see what you think. But these unilateral circuits are no joke. So you can just have a heavy total body day where you accomplish all your work, take Tuesday off, unilateral circuit, Thursday off, another unilateral circuit, and forget about all the swim ruck stuff in the PM. But that is going to be a very challenging conditioning tool, and it's also going to surprise you as far as do you have any imbalances? Do you have any weaknesses? So give it a try. Let me know what you think.